Let's see. Mods, skin him. Mods, remove his scalp. Mods, remove his skin and his hair. Mods, turn him into a couch. Mods, reduce him to a couch. Hey girl, I mean they. That's fucking funny. Mods, please turn the baby into a couch. Wait. Mods, please skin all the beings around. June, my favorite. Look at that, June, you're FT's favorite. Is this the correct? It's been a long time since I've played this version. Baby turn into couch. Is this the tornado siren recipe? It is! Yes! I still got it, baby! Alright, where are we gonna put the siren at? Where will we put the siren? Yo, that fan is gonna make me kill somebody. Where are we gonna put that siren at, bro? I don't want to put it out. Fan, I'm about to percussive maintenance you, bro. Don't make me. I don't want to take anything from the village. My bad. Alright, hold on. We'll just have to make something.
Oh my god, one piece of wooden plank. Oh, jeez, bro.
That's not the recipe. Okay. They changed fences like 18 different times. So there's like 40 different recipes for a fence. Put the siren in some random villager's house, lock them inside, and play it on. It only turns on when there's tornadoes. And the next thunderstorm should be in about 39,000, whatever that is. You see how it counts down, so. We'll just, you know what? We'll put it in this guy's house. Lag. Oh, it is lagging. We'll have to have the lag for some time while my computer charges. It's unfortunate, but god damn, dude. It is lagging bad. It's just what I don't I really do need a new laptop. I think I would do anything for a new laptop. I have the money for a new laptop. I'm just cheap as hell. I'm getting attacked by Herobrine as well. I haven't worked on my C-mount mini scenario in like 4 days. I might want to get back to work on that. So I haven't worked on my new scenario in about like a week. So stop using that title name, bro. Listen, Naeem. It's a good title. I think it accurately describes, you know, how everything's going. Please give me a laptop Cash App in bio. I should do that. I should put my Cash App on stream. Be like, please give me money. Please give me money. Asking homeless people freaky questions. That's a crazy video, man. Bitch. I'm telling you Wheeler's the father. I'm telling you you're lying. I am not the father. He's not, dude. Naeem, you are the father, bro. You need to stop projecting and deflecting the facts. We literally went on. What's his name? Jerry Springer, bro. We literally got the DNA test. You literally are the father. It's some bullshit, bro. Deadbeat ass dad, bro. Blood, I'm in a dorm, not a house. Same thing. I was at Wheeler's dorm last night, though, bro. His roommates were like, damn, Wheeler's finally getting girls, bro. It was just me the whole time. What was I gonna do? I feel like I was gonna do something. Storm timer is still at 35 thou. I'm not gonna force anything because forcing things doesn't work. Jesus Christ, Mother of Mary, I will never live Davina down. Davina, it's the Davina curse. Poor Davina, man. She is getting, you're getting her texts, but if she was able to fall for something like that and even get those texts starting. Wait, do I have saplings? No. Chad, is this real? Chat, is my fan losing its mind? Chat, do we need a new fan for the caster? Bitch, I will. Holy science, Reddit! We did it! Holy science, Reddit! Oh god, that was one of my favorite streams as well. The Venus gas stream. You do not want to be a witch. In Salem, Massachusetts. In 16 whatever. Any active volcanoes in chat right now? I am. Do you like Lil Tekka? I like some of Tekka stuff. I'm gonna fuck that fan if it doesn't calm down. My bad, bro. Oh my god. I'm bored, bro. I love tech. He's got a couple classics on his belt. He's got a couple classics on my belt. I fuck with Lil TJ a bit. There's this, you know that calling my phone song by Lil TJ? Dude, that shit was on repeat post breakup, dude, when I was in my sophomore year. This song fucking Steady calling my phone. Told you once that it's over, leave me alone. Bro, and my computer crashes. Steady calling my phone. I told you before that it's over, leave me alone. No, this song was on repeat for like a whole month. Overplayed that motherfucker in 2021. Bro, same. Same. Well, like late 2020 more, but yeah, same. Love that song. Love that song on it. Munching hot Cheetos with chili and cheese. Ooh. Let's go. Any of the Intratech Tech 9, Tech DC9, KG99, and AB10 are a blow. Oh. Literally just play cool math games? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I'm enjoying my Minecrafting here. My computer isn't, but I'm enjoying it. And you know what? That's what matters. That's what matters, Wheeler. That's what matters. gently kisses you.
Fuck with
Oh, that's my stream. We should legalize nuclear bombs. We should. Bros enjoying crashing every 5 minutes. Listen, bro. Listen. Listen. I'm enjoying. You learn to just accept it. When your computer is terrible, you learn to accept it. I had one of those lime flaming hot Cheetos earlier, and those were so good I was obliterating them. Dude, I haven't had hot chips in a minute, bro. I need some. I need some. I got you with the browser games. GameGame.com. Let's join together as a community and make meth. I always said that if I could make meth just for fun, like just once, I'd probably do it. Not do meth, like just make it. I think that'd be like a fun experience. Just cook. Be like, yeah, bro, I did that. I cooked meth one time. Just as a way to like, just as a, again, a fun experience. Because I think it would. I think it'd be like a story to tell. Be like, yeah, one time I made meth. I know I could make crack, that's for sure. Got that shit on the stove, my guy. We need to play GameGame.com. The Game.com. Bitch. Yeah. What if instead of smoking meth, you just ate it? That'll work. Let's grow Prozac. We need to synthesize many Why Prozac? Why Pro? We just want to make so free antidepressants, everybody. Let's get some Prozac. You can eat meth, though. Let's grow and smoke Prozac like weed. We'll smoke some Prozac. That would go hard. I mean, maybe. It could go hard. Let's make meth chicken tenders. Wow. How amazing. Oops. So much iron, I don't even know what to do with it. I just remember this one episode of Kitchen Nightmares, and one of the chefs kept telling one of the owners to take their Prozac. We need to cook hormone replacement supplements. Jesse, we need testosterone blockers. Jesse, they're banned in Florida, Jesse. Jesse, I'm gonna do so much Benadryl and meet the wall people. Okay. Dude, there was this one tweet I found where this guy's mom used to take like a handful of Benadryl to go to sleep at night. And someone asked her as a joke, like online or something. I gotta find the tweet. If she's ever seen the Hat Man. And she paused for a minute and was like, yeah, I have actually. It's like, I had a friend in high school who took a bunch of Benadryl one time. Multiple times, actually. He took it twice. And his stories were kind of tame. His friend that he took it with was staring out the window with the faucet on, just talking to nothing. Just sitting there talking to nothing, just faucet on, staring out the window. I mean, that shit is terrifying. And there's people who actually do go on full, you know, because Benadryl, DPH, what's in Benadryl, diphenhydramine, I think, is it's a deliriant. In low doses, it'll knock you out and take your sniffles away. But in high doses, it's a deliriant. It will actually put you in a state of psychosis. So people will actually be like, they'll have psychotic breaks for like 12 hours straight from taking too much Benadryl. And it's fucking insane. I like, I don't understand it. There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff like that though, like Datura. Datura is a deliriant drug. That shit's just insane. There's nothing redeeming about deliriants. They're not like psychedelics, right? It's temporary psychosis. Psychedelics are not temporary psychosis. Psychedelics are usually just like depending on it, just a heightened sense of your overall senses. Because psychedelics just basically interweave parts of your brain that usually don't talk to each other, if that makes sense. Psychedelics usually make them all talk to each other when they don't. So you can, like, give yourself synesthesia if you're on LSD or mushrooms or something like that. Deliriants just put you into psychosis. Fucking. See ya, Blocky. Enjoyed having you here, my friend. But yeah, deliriants just make you psychotic. It's unbelievable. Most antidepressants, I've never found any antidepressant that actually worked for me. I know there's some people who have actually really benefited from antidepressants. I knew somebody on Lexapro, and they were almost like a completely different person after a few months. So, okay, want to try Benadryl? Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna go too. Good night. See ya, Dante. Everybody tell Mr. Dante good night. Delirium, delirium, delirium. Antidepressants are such a scam. I wouldn't say that. For me, they never worked. Right? And a lot of times, like, a lot of people just take antidepressants and they either completely numb their emotions or they're still depressed, but they just have no sex drive now. But there are some people who actually do benefit from antidepressants. There are some people who genuinely do, and I know a few people who have actually. I have never. I've had very poor reaction. Like, I took Zoloft for a period of time, and it was the worst. I got almost like a minor case of serotonin syndrome. Like, I took it and I felt the most sick I've ever felt in my life. I was so dizzy. My pupils were massive. Like, it was, I took 8 different antidepressants from 2019 to 2021, none of them which worked, and I don't think I needed them anyway. I think a lot of people as well, this is something that happens. There's external and internal depression. And antidepressants can be pretty effective for, like, internal depression. If you're depressed from external factors, there's a lot, like, antidepressants can't exactly help you. Like, if you're in a very negative situation and you're in a very poor environment, antidepressants don't exactly help you because your source of depression isn't like a serotonin deficiency or something. You know, it's just your circumstances. Or like if you're depressed and grieving about something, right? Like, antidepressants aren't going to probably help a lot because, you know, you're grieving. But when you have genuine clinical depression that has no external factors and it's totally internally caused, then it's different. I think a lot of people don't like feeling sad. And I think a lot of people try to escape. And I think a lot of people go to the doctor if they're depressed. And be like, get on antidepressants or something, when you should do other things before that. You know, there's alternatives to antidepressants that are much more effective, like exercise. Getting like 30 minutes of aerobic exercise every day for like 5 days a week or so. After a few months has significant preventative effects for several anxiety disorders and clinical depression. It's also good to uplift your mood and stuff like that, but I can understand it's also not easy to get up and exercise if you're depressed, you know? But antidepressants have never worked for me, ever. And they have just either been really not fun to be on, or didn't do anything. But Yeah, and antidepressants can also they do have the black what is it, the black box label thing on them. They can exacerbate suicidal thoughts if you're not in the right mind space. If you don't have suicidal thoughts, they won't give you suicidal thoughts, but if you have them already and you take it, it is possible that they could exacerbate that. And that's obviously not good. I've gotten more from just consistent exercise. See, that's something that's extremely vital that I don't think a lot of people realize. You can look at studies, and studies have found that combining exercise and like talk therapy, for example, are more effective than antidepressants could ever be. But if you combine all three of them, if you're depressed and you exercise, are on antidepressants, go to some kind of talk therapy, and this is regularly, it can be extremely beneficial. But again, if you have treatment-resistant depression, there's not a lot that you can do. And I think that it sounds kind of Joe Rogan-y at this point. What I'm about to say sounds kind of goofy. But I think if anybody in chat ever gets the opportunity, is depressed, and has, and is off any SSRIs, um, mushrooms, and I hate to sound like fucking Joe Rogan here, but the chemical in magic mushrooms, psilocybin, what makes you trip, has been shown in many, many, many studies now to put depression, including clinical, or including treatment-resistant depression, in um, uh, remission, essentially, in controlled doses or microdosing, where you don't trip, you just eat a little bit, enough to increase the amount of serotonin in your brain over time, and it's shown to literally cure some people's depression, and it's what's really intriguing. Um, you know, if you ever get to that age, and that's something that I found actually helped me one time. I was struggling a lot anxiety wise, and I tripped one time on shrooms on my 15th birthday. when I and and oh my god, man, the trip basically, I just had one. It was fun. It was sort of fun in the beginning, but I had one really long cry. I had a long thinking. I thought a lot about my family. I thought a lot about my life and my current circumstances. I thought about how they could be a lot worse. I thought that, honestly, and I'm being totally serious, gave me a greater appreciation for what I have. And that sounds goofy. It's like, oh, you just ate a you sound like a goofy goober. But it really did. And especially the week directly after I took them, it was a great week. It was a great week, especially the day directly after. It was great. It was great. I felt truly, truly happy. There's great. I would encourage anybody curious to look into it, study wise, because seems to be very promising. There's certain states that have already used psilocybin to treat veterans with PTSD, and it's been extremely successful. Depression, a lot of anxiety disorders, and again, we're talking about very controlled doses. If you ate a ton of mushrooms and freak out, that's obviously not going to help you. But damn, but they seem to be incredibly effective at treating depression. What's weird is that ever since I stopped taking them, I've genuinely been in a pretty good mood, which apparently isn't even supposed to happen. Antidepressants? I think there's a thing is, though, antidepressants can also numb you out. They can also really numb your emotions. So like if it dulls you out, if it is leaving your life in a just general mundaneness, and you stop taking them, and I mean, dude, that can, like, bro, I feel the same way. They really do. Yeah, man, they're so dulling. Like, seriously, like, I think something that's been helpful for me, I think, is just getting a hobby. Doing something and going outdoors. Like, actually, like, it sounds like such a joke, like, go touch grass. But genuinely going outdoors and just having a few days of a week to yourself to do something. Even if you don't want to do it at the moment. Going out and just doing something is so special. I don't want to reset the timer. Is it night? Can I sleep yet? Okay, there we go. Will it reset if I wake up? No! It resets if you go to bed! No! Oh, man! No, dude, it was, we were 3,000, no! Ugh, that sucks. Was being able to have time to do what I like to do. Walking through nature and just enjoying myself in general. See, that's the biggest thing, man. I think nature's a bigger part of the equation. I hate to sound like one of those weirdos on YouTube, those nature gurus or whatever. But genuinely, there's a case to be made that a lot of depression nowadays is because we're not doing what, as human beings, we were sort of what we do instinctually, right? Like, very little depression existed. Of course, it existed. It has always existed. But our society has sort of contributed to a lot of that. You know, and there's a case to be made that that is like 80% of depression nowadays is like fucking caused by societal issues, the way things work. Because if you still had to hunt for your food, and the only thing you were thinking about today was getting food, eating food, and taking care of your fucking family, you know, that's kind of it. But now we have so many pressures, so going outdoors and doing some of those things that actually are instinctually vital and that bring true happiness to you, I think are the most important thing. If you go outside, if you exercise, if you spend time with people, like, can be super beneficial. And it's also easy if you're really depressed to be like, I don't want to do that. I don't have the energy. I don't have the motivation. And that's okay. Some days if you need to just sit in your bed and lay around and be sad, that's okay too. But if you do that for too long, you're just going to progressively get worse. Really, what's the point of looking at concrete and tarmac with the smell of burnt motor oil all the time and not seeing any grass and hearing birds? That's the thing, man. It's true. Like, actually contributes. And there's a lot of jokes about like skibidi toilet syndrome and shit in TikTok children, but it's true. Like, we have burnt out our dopamine receptors, and you know what I mean? We have totally like, oh man. I'm sure being on Twitter and Reddit constantly and spending time with absolutely miserable people isn't great. No, for sure. And it and a lot of people are like that. A lot of people, most of us, I think, spend a lot of time on social media, you know, and sometimes are stuck at jobs with people that you don't like or people that you don't like, and you know, it just sucks. It just makes life not fun, you know. Social media is really not great. I love social media. I really do. I think there's really great things about it. But I think in general it has done a lot of net negative to a lot of people's mental health. And I think that's why a lot of Western societies are just really truly so depressed and so unenjoyable. And I think it also has to do with a lot of things economically as well. I think it falls back to that. I think it falls back to how the system is, you know, I hate to sound like that, but how the system is, you know. I mean, if working monstrous hours to stay alive is not does not make you happy. I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there who do enjoy hard work, and I know there is. But I know a lot of people that don't enjoy that. A lot of labor to get money to just make it for a week, you know, and it's shitty. And you can be really stuck in a loop with that too. You can be really trapped in a loop with that, and combine all that shit together and you just have a free recipe. As you all know, I work 19-hour shifts at the ball crushing factory. How much do you make an hour? Yeah, not looking at the news. I like to look at the news just to stay aware of things that are going on. But some things news-wise are incredibly depressing. $1.75 an hour. I could have just said $1.75. Why did I say 1.75? But yeah, I like to stay up aware with the news, but I think a lot of things about news are incredibly depressing, and there truly is a lot of fear-mongering on the news. And I think there's things that make you really depressed, like when you see like those certain populations of people that are being denied rights or being attacked constantly, and it's especially our socio-political environment in the United States is just so toxic and hateful, especially now, more than ever, I think, honestly. Other than Jim Crow era type shit. I think we are in one of the most hateful and really just divisive eras in American history. I mean, it's unbelievable. And it's just it's hard to be subjected to that on a day-to-day. And to just hear about those things. Some of those things can be really depressing. Especially if you are some of those marginalized populations that is constantly under the fucking gun by some dork on YouTube, you know, attacking you, whether you're Jewish, whether you're transgender, whether you're POC, you know. Just just all the fucking time getting ganged up on by somebody that doesn't even know you. You know, and somebody attacking you. You know, people calling, like, I'm not trans, obviously. But I couldn't imagine that. Like, half of the fucking country is calling you a pedophile. And calling you a disgusting person, saying you shouldn't be around children or shit like that. You know, it's just like, it's just fucking horrible. It can't be great for anybody, you know? Feel like you were in a world that doesn't want you. And I imagine, and that's just hard enough seeing on the outside. Or dealing with people like that. But I used to follow politics somewhat, but I don't have the energy to do it truthfully. I I'm very political. I talk a lot about politics on stream. I mean, almost every stream. Um, yeah. The news and stuff is really hard to take in and it does weigh on me, but I do think it's very important, especially now as a trans person, to know what's up. 100%. 100%. You gotta know what's up. You gotta know what's changing, and it's so unfortunate. And it's so just disgusting and hateful, and it's so like, I'm not even trans, right? And it really hurts me to my core. Seeing some of that shit, you know, and see just the propaganda, the hateful, just propaganda is what it is. But you know, there's genuinely people and politicians in areas that are dangerous. And I think you have to know you have to know what's up. Like like I mean it's unbelievable. I mean we are in such a hateful divisive time against people who just want to live their lives. I hate the generally complete inability to understand opposing viewpoints. Yeah. I hate that as well. A lot of times people don't argue to find a solution or to come to an agreement, but people argue their point. Does that make sense? People aren't doing that or trying to understand people's perspectives or trying to gain empathy. They're just trying to argue their point. They're not even listening to what the person is saying. They're just waiting for the next time they can say what they need to say. And I think when you start viewing everything with human empathy and you view things with how things actually work, even if you don't totally understand it, but just allowing people to do things that don't actually affect you. Like, if you don't understand what it feels like to be a trans person, and you think it's weird, or you don't get it, whatever. But if you just don't understand it, and it doesn't bother you, then you can just be quiet about it. Why does hating on an individual for something you have never experienced, a truly real phenomena, a true and observed fact of fucking science, I don't know. I mean, it's unbelievable, and I could go on and all day about the people that are like, oh my god, all these lefties, they talk about trust the science, but they don't even follow regular biology. And it's just such a brain dead fucking point. Because if you did, I don't know, 3 seconds of research, you'd understand that gender is not biological. It's social and, you know, it's a social thing. And almost entirely mental. We're not talking about sex. Again, we're talking about gender. And I think that's what people lose their fucking minds about, is they just can't understand that. And even if you disagree, why does it bother you is the biggest point. Even if you genuinely disagree, even if you're like, oh, I still find it weird, why do you care? Is the biggest thing. What does it make you, why are you so charged about this? What is upsetting you about it? And there's no response. Usually the response is just, you know, a regurgitated fear thing. They're coming for your kids. They're in your schools. They're teaching kids to cut off their penises in class. They're teaching kids to take hormone, like, whatever. There's no genuine reason. There's no actual reason. The sheer lack of empathy and the hatred that I've seen some of these transphobic politicians and such is truly depressing, but it's something that I can't particularly afford to care about. That's kind. At some point, you have to. I feel like, especially being, again, like I said, one of those marginalized populations that is always under the gun by certain politicians, is that you have to ignore it. You have to ignore it and just have faith that it will change one day. And I do. I totally believe that. Wholeheartedly, I believe that one day we'll look back on this with the same absurdity that we look on past events, right? And that people like that will be down in small populations. I truly believe that. Wholeheartedly. I really do. You know? Yeah, and the people that say I don't use pronouns are so stupid. Like, like, I remember the thing about Ron DeSantis saying he wanted to ban pronouns from school. Like, it's like, dude, it's so, like, insane. It's like, dude, this is a fundamental part of the human language that we use to identify each other. Like, uh, and yeah, religion is no reason to hate people. And it is, especially since the Bible was basically a collection of mistranslated fan fictions. And that's the thing is, there's not really anything homophobic in the Bible. You know, that translation where, in Leviticus, I believe it is, where it says that gay people can be stoned in the streets. You know, the most homophobic verse is actually significantly mistranslated. I believe the original verse says something like, men shall not lay with boy, which I think is actually a verse against pedophilia rather than homosexuality, but it was translated, I think, since the 40s as a weapon to attack gay people politically. Whoop-de-whoop, how fucking surprising. You know, and same way that slave owners would use the Bible to justify slavery. You know, and I mean, because there's things in the Old Testament that support slavery. It's like, dude, I just wish religious people were able to use their brains sometimes. You know, and be like, okay, I believe in God, but I don't think a being that created everything would create gay people just to send them to hell. That kind of just sounds like that's just like spawn killing. That's just not even fair. I don't think, like, a being that created the universe is actually that upset about people being gay. Especially if you gave them the free will and the ability to be gay, and then punish them for being gay when that's not even something they can control. Especially since we've learned now that being gay, there's actual genetic factors linked to it. It's just like, what? It's just stupid. Either way, I feel like change has to come, and it can't come from just waiting it out and ignoring it. Everything in this country has been stagnant for 30 years, except for the GOP going full mask off. Yeah, that's something that I don't think there's enough. I think there's a ton of radical, insane, right wing people. I don't think there's enough on the left that are like that. Enough people on the. I feel like the right is always so off the rocker, but the left is always trying to compromise. That's the thing that I always notice is the left is always trying to be the bigger person. You know, always trying to compromise. Always, you fuck that, man. Go balls to the walls. Like, there are certain things that I totally fucking believe. I think I mean, fuck your religion. You know, you have to, at some point, other people have to go mask off as well. You know? It's just, it'll change one day. I'm totally sure of that. I'm totally sure of that. We can't continue as a society like this. And in general, most of the population doesn't care about trans people. Most of the population doesn't. There's been a radicalized group of right-wing nuts that love Trump that have. But they're generally the average voter and really average right-wing individual does not care. Does really not care about such niche issues like gay or trans people. Especially when there really is, I mean, it's kind of like a lobster working at Red Lobster, but there really is gay people and trans people that are conservative. I mean, that's a thing. You know, and I don't think those people. I think there is a group. It'll change. I'm sure of it. I'm actually sure of it. The right has always weaponized some group for um uh aggravation's sake. You know what I mean? Just to make people upset. Um, you know, back in like what 2015, it was SJWs and like feminists and stuff, and you know, it's whatever. I mean, it's pointless. Jim Cantori. What's up, Jim Cantori? We have a lot of people coming in, man. A lot of famous individuals, but yeah. God, we're so far away from the. Yeah, and the leftists in the Senate pretend to care and do nothing about it. That's what blows my mind. Is you have so many like activists, you know, that don't do anything. So many people saying we should do this and they don't do anything. That aren't arguing with these people in the ways they should have. They're just talking on Twitter or playing Among Us. It's like, holy fuck, can we actually do something? Like, it's so brain dead. Yeah, people just need to let other people live. The whole God debate could be over in a second. All God has to do is show himself, and there will be no debate. Yeah. Instead, it's up to sinners to convince other sinners of a punishment that doesn't happen. AOC is completely useless, but man, she is hot. Oh god, she is very beautiful. She is very pretty, but holy shit. Hashtag doing absolutely nothing. Holy fucking shit, dude. Same thing with like Kamala Harris. Oh my god, dude. Kamala Harris drives me in fucking insane. I hate someone like Kamala Harris standing up and talking about systemic racism and trying to solve it and wanting to decriminalize marijuana. When Kamala Harris has locked up so many minorities for simple weed possession, it is unbelievable. It is like you are literally the person you say you hate. They will always go, yes, we will do X, Y, and Z. Trust me, bro, and yet do nothing. That's what I'm saying. There's no actual. There's no. It's fucking stupid. I hate the two-party system. You know, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It's actually just so brain dead. A lot of it is just Kamala's a hypocrite, the most unbelievable hypocrite of all time. You know, and it sucks that there's no one like left wing to vote for, other than, and I like Bernie. I think Bernie has a lot of balls to the walls ideas that we actually need. You know, but there's one thing that pisses me off about Bernie is he's so anti-nuclear power. Yet he wants to fight climate change. It's like, what the fuck? It feels like everybody just doesn't make sense. I feel like everybody is just for show. I feel like there's nobody who actually cares about the things that actually work or the things that are actually morally correct. I think people just go, they want votes from people based on general opinion, and they're afraid to say something that's like controversial. Like like a lot of people on the left are very anti-nuclear power because of Chernobyl. And it's just stupid. It's like you want to fight global warming, but what are you going to do? Well, yeah, there's shills. It's actually just so obnoxious. I wish there was somebody that just actually like had something. I just wish there was people who believed in what works. Like that's the thing you need to do. Even if you don't agree with something on a moral level, does what you're doing working? It's not. So give it up. I feel like a decent amount of left-wing people in this country that don't I feel like a decent amount of left-wing people in this country that don't realize it, they just shit themselves and die when they hear the word socialist. Yes. Yet I think there's a lot of stuff with the red scare, right, where people they hear something socialist policies or social policies or certain things like or even democratic socialism, for example, which isn't even bad, okay? Like ask fucking Dutch, dude. You can get a ambulance ride to the hospital for free and pay like $1, and the dollar you spent at the hospital was getting a water bottle from a fucking vending machine, right? Like, people are so terrified of anything left wing because of the Red Scare, and a lot of people are like freak out about communism and all that kind of shit. And again, we can go all day about this. The Soviet Union wasn't even communist. It was Leninist. It was Leninist Marxism, right? Even the CIA knew that. It wasn't true communism. You know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, the Nazis were bad. They were socialists." No, they weren't. Fucking Hitler was not a socialist. He was pushing so much capitalist shit. I mean, I don't think people understand that, like, there are things that work and there are things that don't. I mean, you can be against socialism all you want, all day, but at the end of the day, we still pay more for medical things per capita than any other country in the world with our current system. We are literally spending more money than anybody else. We still have not good care compared to the rest of the country. We still have lower life expectancies than other modernized countries. We still have a dumber overall population because of our schools. We still have holy shit. I mean, you can be against everything that you want. You can be pro Second Amendment, but we still have an unbelievable amount of gun crime that can't be linked to anything else but the guns. And it's like, you can be against anything you want. You can be for anything you want, but at the end of the day, there is a true, absolute truth in the statistics. Like, whatever, like, you can sit there and try to do whatever circular reasoning you like. There are just things that work and there are things that don't, and you can argue to death about them, but you're just wasting time, because there's things that work and there's things that don't. And healthcare is one of those biggest things, there's always going to be private healthcare, but it's crazy. Find any luck on diamonds? Yeah, I have 10 of them. They're in my chest. Look at that. But yeah, stupid. And I think there's certain people, I think not even going after, because there's truth. Okay, this is something I'm going to be so for real about here. Guns are an issue, okay? Guns and gun violence is an issue in the United States, but it is more driven by economic and social factors than it is the sheer amount of guns in the United States. And I think the left has an obsession. I think the right just wants everybody to have guns. And the left has an obsession with certain guns. Like, oh my god, ban the AR-15. Okay, but the AR-15s don't make a majority of shooting deaths up, whatever. And then the right is losing its fucking mind because they want everybody, including like mentally ill 12-year-olds, to have weapons. You know, and it's like I wish people again, I wish there would be like an actually a side that actually knew what they were talking about, because then again you have the same thing with climate change. You have the right, which is just saying it doesn't even exist. And then you have the left that says every event ever has contributed to the climate change. And that shit is just also mind rotting. Like I just wish things were communicated in a way that was that makes sense, that doesn't make people confused, and that nothing that radicalizes anybody. People just need to be honest. I mean, I hate when left-wing politicians. I mean, if you've like, oh god, I hate when left-wing politicians are always like, oh my god, this event is climate change. Look at that hurricane that hit Florida. Climate change. Climate change. Climate change. That's not fucking. That's not. It's like holy shit. Chill the fuck out. I wish people would just look at what works. Climate change is obviously real, but you can't link mesoscale events to climate change. You can't link hurricanes to climate change. That's a very long that takes a long time to do. You know, you can't link that kind of I mean, you can't do that. I'm all for gun ownership, but there has to be a civil responsibility to take care of the mental health crisis in the US if we're doing what you're doing. And I'm not against guns. And the biggest reason I'm not against guns is because I'm fucking scared of the people with guns. I think that there's things that need to be done for gun control, right? You have to close the gun show loopholes, which allow people who are mentally ill or wouldn't pass background checks to get guns. You have to limit magazine size. You have to limit, um, I mean, because functionally there is no difference between an AR-15 and another rifle, other than the size of the round. You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously different. If you're shooting like a 308 round versus a 5.56, dude, a 5.56 is gonna blow a fucking basketball-sized hole in your chest. Like, if you just limited this ammo types, the magazine sizes, closed the loopholes, and had significantly better background checks, because Canada had AR-15s for the longest time. Canada has guns and they don't have the same issues. It's because their gun control is to the max. And I know people would flip their shit about this, but if the government or authorities find out that there's something going on, they will confiscate your guns. There was a guy who was suicidal, and they even confiscated all his weapons when he started having appointments with therapists. And I know there's people out there who are going to be like, "Oh my god, I don't want the government interfering with shit." But dude, gun control like that is the kind of thing that stops the shootings. You know, and then the right is full balls to the walls. Everybody should have guns, and there should be no gun control. And then in like my state, they got rid of uh, concealed carry permits. So now, if you have a gun and you're in a public space, you can carry your gun without a permit. Any gun you want, and that's not fucking helpful. Like, that's stupid. So, you know, it's just so, like, there's such common sense gun laws that need to be enacted. And I think the people who are, like, no guns at all, that's just kind of goofy. Um, but I think the people who are, like, all guns for everybody, including the mentally ill, is, like, not exactly a good thing. And again, I'm not saying that, I just want to make it clear that I am extremely, yeah. But common sense isn't propaganda, so it doesn't work. It's true. That's true. If you say something mundane, if what you're saying isn't emotionally charged, no one will give a fuck. If you're not, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not against gun ownership at all. but I am not for a lot of gun-related stuff. There's this things that need to be. Again, there's things that work and there's things that don't. There's things that are true and there's things that are over-exaggerated. And I think you should just be honest about everything. Like I remember, I truly do know politicians that after there's like tornado outbreaks or Adalia, for example, there were politicians blaming it on climate change, and it's like okay, there could be an argument made if we wait 50 more years or so, and the instances of hurricane strength increases, we will know this is the fact here. Climate change obviously increases the heat, rises sea surface temperatures that can fuck up weather. That you can rise the seas on their own. Um, Over time, you were likely to see stronger hurricanes, more wildfires, more droughts. Areas become uninhabitable from heat. But what we won't see is more tornadoes or something like that, or more. And I hate when politicians are just throwing that shit out. Like, oh my god, dude, a tornado hit your neighborhood? It's because Donald Trump. It's like, holy fucking shit. It's like, and by the way, all the available science on tornadoes and climate change point totally opposite. That as it gets warmer, as there's more of an elevated mix layer, as there's more drier air aloft, as there's more warm air aloft, tornadoes will become less common because capping inversions will get so unbelievable in certain severe weather events that you just won't be able to generate any storms. But storms are expected because of warmer temperatures and drier air to get photogenic over time. There's in the future, if climate change persists, every storm in the plains will be photogenic pancakes. It'll be unbelievably beautiful. Great photogenic tornadoes nonstop because, the increase in dry air in the atmosphere. But my area will likely be uninhabitable because of it. See, and that's the thing. Those are the things that you need to get across. Is stop wasting your fucking time with stupid points like Adalia was made from climate change because, bro, there's hurricanes every single year. Okay, and you can't. As right now, we can't link hurricane intensity to anything. It hasn't been long enough. But focus on the areas that are genuinely becoming uninhabitable. Focus on the areas that are. I mean, God. It's stupid. There's problems with both sides. I obviously think the right is significantly worse. I think anybody with 13 brain cells or more can agree with that. But the left is annoying. There's a lot of things that the left does is just annoying. It's unhelpful. It's just activism with no action, and it's like, dude, it's the most... I hate it so much, dude. It's like, holy shit, the right is actually doing something. The right is actually passing anti-abortion and, trans laws, and the left is just sitting by like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't. It's like, alright, bro. Or like when Joe Biden was elected. Got elected. It was like 2 years. And then he was like, we need you. We need blah 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 to stop abortion. Blah blah blah. They're coming for abortion. It's like, bro, you are literally the president. Why are you on Twitter? You are literally the fucking president. You had 2 years to codify Roe v. Wade. You had 2 fucking years to codify it. You didn't do it. Same with Obama. Same with Obama. Obama had 8 years to codify Roe v. Wade. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. And it's like they're sitting there complaining that the Republic. It's like bullshit. You didn't codify it. You had literally 10 years combined with we could say Biden's term up to until Roe v. Wade was thrown out the window, and Obama's entire presidency. You had 10 fucking years to codify Roe v. Wade. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. And then you're coming and then you're asking us to do all this shit. It's like, bro, you had the ability. You literally had the ability. You are the president. It is time for you to do something. You were elected for this reason, bro. Oh my god. It's insane. It's like, bro, you were literally elected. You literally said you would do it. Or like with the weed decriminalization that he got a bunch of votes for, that he said he was going to do. He's going to decriminalize marijuana nationwide, and what are we, year 3, and he's like, no, I don't think we can do that. It's like, why fucking even say anything? Why even say anything? I just hate, it's so disingenuous, and I'm just preaching to the choir at this point, but I'm getting tired. Good night, Mr. Keat. Don't get me started about how the right is taking advantage of emotionally inept young men and how the left is at best completely dismissive. It's you know, the thing is, the right is so emotionally charged with everything is they will literally take advantage of everything that's available. Weird incels, weird this, and literally religion, all this shit, country music, fucking as much shit as you possibly can. And the left doesn't do anything, man. It's just like crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go get water. I've talked myself to a dry mouth, man. Oh man, my back hurts from sitting. Do I have water in my bed somewhere hidden? I want to see before I... Did my computer just beep? Hold on, I want the charger to be... Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back, guys, and what's up, Jess? What's up, Jess? Had, the bussiest dinner. Homemade enchiladas with carrot and potato. Let's go, man. Banging. Banging, banging. Wait, Jess, how was your birthday? How was your birthday where you drank or whatever? How was that? Did you get absolutely clobbered? Or how was that? Ida asked Kay to have Peach unmute him. I saw that. I saw that. God, it's crazy. It's like, go away, bro. I get you're 12 or whatever, but damn. Even when I was a 12-year-old, I knew when to back the fuck down. It was alright, but my dad got fired on my birthday. Oh, man. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Did you get, like, laid off? Or what was I might be asking too many personal questions, so just tell me to shut up if I am. That's what sucks about factory jobs, is you can just get laid off. This all started when I called him 11 2 whole months ago. That's what's so crazy, is you just called him 11 years old, and he has and he lost his mind. He got laid for laid off. Yeah. It's so because they just don't need factories. Just don't need people. They'll be like, oh well, we don't need you. Bye. It's like fuck, man. Hate that, man. No job security. It's scary. It's so scary. I feel like I was supposed to build something if I wanted to. I'm gonna do this. There is a tornado sensor. I forget the tornado sensor recipe. I know it's something really similar. It's something so similar to the siren. That's the siren. Is it like... What the hell is it, bro? It's like something like that, dude. It's been so long. What the hell is it? I just made the siren again. What is the crafting recipe for the tornado sensor? He's 12, you don't have to do anything. Just leave him alone. Don't give him any attention, you know? Remember me? What's up, Bad Bro Headquarters? He's literally 12, you don't need to do anything. What is the tornado sensor crafting recipe? It is... Okay, I was close. I was very, very close. It's like this. We have 2 more redstone. Yes. And this just activates redstone. So we can have, like, we should have redstone lamps that turn on. Age doesn't matter. I absolutely disagree. I absolutely and totally disagree. I think exposing a 12-year-old for just being annoying on the internet and especially if you have 1.4 thousand subscribers, 1.5 now. I think that is totally. I could understand if they were older, but he's 12 years old. There's no reason to do that. Not even giving him attention for it. You can tell him. You can be like, hey, that's inappropriate. Hey, you probably shouldn't do that. Hey, you should lay off. Hey, you should chill out. But he's not doing anything expose worthy. If he was 12 years old being an asshole online, I don't know, calling people the N-word or something, right? Sure. But yeah, he doesn't have a frontal lobe. There is no real reason. He has no prefrontal cortex. He is like simply back brain for now. It won't even get through. Even if you made it, it wouldn't get through to him. He's just too young. Seriously, the decision-making part of his brain is literally not there. He is thinking with his amygdala. He is purely emotionally driven. Um... What should I do? I should have something that... He makes me a little mad. You just gotta ignore it. Just gotta ignore it. It's kind of funny. I always thought it was funny. Pretty goofy. That he's like, you're a fucking hacker. But, you know, if he has no frontal lobe. Will this destroy it? Or will it? Okay. I want to put this somewhere as, like, decoration. Where would I... What would I even use this for? Because it enables redstone. And I could have redstone lamps that turn on with this in the basement. But I honestly don't want to do that. Because I just need light down there regardless. Maybe I could do... Life's going to shit, honestly. I had to drop out of A&M to help my dad. I don't have a job, and I'm running low on gas money. DoorDash isn't fucking paying well. My dad's in the hospital. Holy shit. Wait, you dropped out of... Jesus. Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah, he. Listen, thing about Rio Dio though is Rio Dio's like a troll. Like probably a troll that is also like 14. So is that even worth even talking about? And again, and like I have said a million bajillion times, the attention is what is wanted, right? And if you bring attention to it, the problem is not going to be made better. Just gotta ignore it. Just time out or mute from chat and move on. You know what I mean? I'll just, you know what? I'll keep it down here for now. Can you play another game, please? Nope. I'm playing Minecraft. I know it sounds cliche at this point in time, Jess, but I sincerely know this is all temporary, and soon enough your life will see improvement. Yeah. And it is cliche, and that's probably the most annoying thing, the most annoying and corny thing to ever hear in the history of the universe ever. But it's true. Will we get it? I just got fucking trolled. I just got fucking trolled, bro. There's no thunder. Yeah, but that's FT. I think it's I don't know. It's not we don't have a chat full of 10-year-olds. I think it would be a lot deeper. But when you have somebody like Agrikeet who's been chronically online and subject to fucking people getting ripped in half, I don't think it's like dude, I was watching porn when I was 13. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really think that's the I think Rio Dio's an annoying troll and you can just time out and you don't even give attention to it. I don't even think that's the worst part. I think that calling people groomers is the worst part. Or my crafting tables over here. Yeah. Just gotta hide him and move on. It's fucked up. And I do agree. But, you know. It wasn't, and again, it wasn't like he was showing porn. He just, I mean, well, you had to really look. You had to look at the profile picture and observe. But, you just gotta hide them, especially when they're probably a minor themselves. When I can almost guarantee by the way they type that they're a minor. You know, it's like, you really have to just hide and move on. Giving any, because it's just a troll, you know? Any attention to it. Yeah, but the alts come so spaced out. We haven't had an alt in like literally like a month now or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? And you can and if they do pop in, just gotta get rid of. I mean, those people are always gonna exist. Always, always. That's the cost of being on the internet. I think the worst part about it, no one was believing him too. I think that's the most important part. I think the worst thing was the just suddenly calling somebody a groomer. That can be like terrible, but um, in general, no one believes someone who types like that either. Yeah, but well, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty gross, man. It was kind of funny, but that was pretty gross. But just finished watching the second Republican primary debate. What a shit show. Dude, I want to see Trump and DeSantis, man. That'd be so fucking funny. Could have got me on okay, he would not have gotten you on a watch list. But it's gross and it was weird, but if Clay's not on a watch list, you most definitely won't be on a watch list from Mr. Rio Dio saying something in a YouTube live. Man, Trump would save the life. He'd make it funny, man. He'd make it funny. Listen, I don't like Trump, but dude, fuck, he is so unintentional. He's so, like, actually funny. Like, I can't wait, dude. I hope to God he gets on stage with DeSantis and calls him gay. That would be the funniest thing in the world. You're gay. Ron Dank sanctimonious. More like Ron Gay. Just fucking crowd goes wild, doesn't even care. I mean, there's no, like, Trump was winning debates in 2016 by bringing zero facts to the table, just saying, like, you're a woman. Like, dude. I can't wait for that debate, man. Can't wait. When are they going? I thought that was, like, sometime in the month, like, the next month or so? There's gonna be a Trump and DeSantis thing? Dude, I really cannot wait for that, dude. I'm gonna be watching with popcorn, dude. I remember someone photoshopping an image of Trump calling Ron DeSantis Rhonda F. slur. I saw that on Twitter, and it was retweeted a bunch, and I was like, holy shit, did he say that? I was like, dude, that would be insane, but certainly not anything that I don't see Trump doing, like, I guarantee. The thing about Trump, too, is he's not, you can tell he's not in it with the hating trans people shit, man. He was extreme, I talked about this on stream before, but he has a history of supporting trans athletes, trans Miss America women. He let a trans woman participate in Miss America and was like, well, she's a woman, I don't give a fuck. You're transphobic, whatever. I mean, he's talked about that a lot. I mean, and even recently they asked him what his opinion on trans people were, and he was like, you know, can someone blah 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 blah. Like, he really skirted around the question. He doesn't hate LGBTQ people as much as his followers. Oh, for sure not. And I think a lot of it is Trump. Honestly, I do believe that a lot of shit that Trump says he doesn't believe. I think he is just almost like a mastermind political grifter, dude. He ended up in the power that he had, and I don't think he believes in 99% of the shit he says. Especially because a lot of his history, prior his campaign, he was a registered Democrat, voted Democrat, supported shit like free healthcare. I mean, there's old videos of him calling healthcare a human right. I mean, all this type of shit. And, I mean, even for his 2016 campaign, he had those LGBTQ, he had those pride hats, those pride MAGA hats that were rainbows, and he had the whole gays for Trump thing. You know? Like, he is seriously just hooking on to whatever sticks. Okay, come on. Are you for real, bro? Do we really have to wait that long? He's an excellent entertainer. He's certainly entertaining, man. It's so crazy. His mugshot was entertaining. That shit was so funny. Like, God. And, dude, that shit was low-key hard as fuck. When he posted on Twitter with that shirt that was just like, free Trump. It's like, dude. Like, man, come on, bro. He prepared for that mugshot for decades. He really did all that tax evasion, man. He was just waiting. Literally, the wind is blowing away all my crops. Literally all of them. Can't even collect them. They're just flying. Bro, that fan is gonna drive me crazy. Fan, percussive maintenance, baby. Something's not working, hit it, it'll work. Yeah, but FT, no government official is gonna investigate you over an accusation over a YouTube live comment section where they very swiftly get timed out and discredited. And if you do get investigated, there is some deeper shit going on. That worked again, dude. Fucking percussive maintenance for the W, baby. Yeah, dude, the government didn't even do anything about Nicholas Cruz when he had an AR-15 in his backyard and he was like shooting shit for fun and saying that he was gonna shoot up schools, so. Does anybody know if any of the Clay information was forwarded to anybody, any officials or anything? Because I remember hearing that nothing ever happened of anything. Was it ever forwarded? Did anybody try to do anything about that ever? Or is it, like... Or is most of that shit just kind of hard to prove? Because... Did anything happen? No. Yeah, well, I imagine something like that is hard to prove. When it's a lot of stuff is just over Discord and you know, I think it happens so often that they just can't fucking keep up. They just literally can't. Like, even if they did investigate it, it's literally just impossible to keep up. And I honestly think, unfortunately, because of the victim's age, I think that it goes kind of through, like, what he did was fucked up, but I think legality, like, wise, I don't even think they could get him for anything. Could they? I mean... Because, bro, if you can't arrest the seniors, the super seniors that date freshmen, I don't think you can do anything to Clay. Yo, that shit's crazy, by the way. I knew this girl, and she had a girlfriend who was 18. She was 14. Fucking insanity. God. I remember he tried to do the I haven't seen that video. It went viral. It was the Nicholas Cruz interrogation thing and there was a whole video breakdown on it or whatever. I put it aside to watch it a long time ago and never did. Did you guys know any weirdos in high school? Like, like said super seniors that dated freshmen? Because people made that. I only ever saw that once. People talked about it a lot, but I only saw it once. But some people have like fucking a million stories. Yes. I was friends with that person? What the fuck? What happened? Why? Were you ever like, bro, what the hell? Were you ever like, dog? Were you ever like, bro, he is on the registry? No fucking way. Are you for real? What happened? Did they finally get him? Did they check his hard drive? What happened? Holy shit, that's a story right there. Liberals, I'm a liberal, Caitlin. Come on. Come on, bro. But he is troubled, I would imagine.